Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for August 24th, 2020. The world has changed quite a bit this year, and with the evolution of the theme park experience to match the needs of people, the Disney Vacation Club is completely revamping the way it does business as well. Prior to the shutdown, DVC cast members could be found at dozens of sales kiosks in the theme parks, resorts, Disney Springs, and seemingly in the most unexpected of places at times. With their staffing greatly reduced and occupancy in the DVC Vacation Club resort hotels at an all-time low, the Vacation Club has found a pretty creative way to sell you on Disney's best-kept secret. I don't know if it's really a secret anymore, but now guests are welcome to come visit a DVC Open House at select resorts, allowing them unprecedented access to not models, but the actual rooms themselves at each resort. This was not often possible in the past due to high demand to stay in these lodgings. While staying at the Boulder Ridge Villas at Wilderness Lodge this week, we received a phone call in our hotel room that a Cascade cabin was open for us to visit. Having always wanted to see one, we leapt at the opportunity. And while touring, the DVC hostess also informed us of opportunities to tour other two-bedroom and grand villas across all of Walt Disney World property. If you're staying in one of the following resorts, the Riviera, Bay Lake Tower, Copper Creek, Animal Kingdom Lodge Villas, Beach Club, the Boardwalk, Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, or the Grand Floridian, you can stop by an open house at your resort from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday with no need to call in advance. If you're not staying in one of those resorts, please call 407-827-4744, and you can check availability and schedule your visit. As for what rooms you could actually tour, well, why this is a big deal is you can go visit the Polynesian Bungalows, the Cascade Cabins, all these grand villas, these things that most of us normal people will never be able to afford. So if you've ever wanted to check them out, you can. You also get a free lithograph gift for going. Yes, they will try to sell you Disney Vacation Club, but at the same time, it is an opportunity and perhaps a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see the inside of some of these really amazing rooms. Guests who may have been missing the popular Cheshire Cattail treat are in luck as it has returned to the Magic Kingdom. The twisted pastry covered in frosting is usually found at the Cheshire Cafe across the path, but now it is a Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. Retailing for $5.49, you can now mobile order the snack from the Tomorrowland Eatery. And of course, you want to read our full review, you can find it on the site. I will tell you, it's delicious. And of course, Cosmic Rays opens daily at 10:30 a.m. And a Cheshire Cattail certainly sounds better than chicken nuggets at 10:30 in the morning. But maybe that's just me. I just want to dunk something in barbecue sauce at 10:30 a.m. I wasn't born in the South, if you couldn't tell. The social distancing, people from the South are going to send me an email now. Social distancing markers previously laid out as temporary tape placeholders of the Magic Kingdom have now been replaced with forest green social distancing markers on Main Street. These round markers run all the way up the street on each side, ending at Casey's Corner on one side and the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor on the other. At the moment, these could be to allow guests for proper social distancing while watching character cavalcades, although there's no signage to tell you that, but we have seen cast members when a cavalcade goes by pointing guests to those spaces. These are smaller, by the way, than the others found around the resort, but they are still 6 feet apart. For many, the Magic Kingdom is more than just Dole Whips and rides. Sometimes it's smaller things, like the many artists and cast members that provide a personalized experience with activities like characters, silhouettes, and custom parasols. Now these artisans are back at work with new protocols in place to protect cast and guests. We noticed the various carts and stations had come back to life at the Magic Kingdom. The park originally reopened without these artists due to more stringent protocols. Ropes are still in place in order to properly control the flow of guests coming in and out of the area. For portraits, characters, and silhouettes, guests must hand in a photo of themselves for the artist to work with. You can either hand them your device, or there's also a printer available that guests can connect to via Wi-Fi and print out their desired photo from their phone or device. If a guest would like to sit in for a portrait or character, only one guest is allowed to in the artist space at a time, and they must keep their face mask on at all times. Their silhouette or character then, as you know, would include their face mask. For this reason, cast members highly recommend either bringing a photo or taking a photo from inside a relaxation station so you and your family can appear without masks in the art. But maybe you want one. Maybe it's something fun and different to do, right? A plexiglass divider is also in place at the registers for the safety of the cast members at these locations. Portraits and characters cost anywhere from $18.95 for profiles per person or $37.90 for front view per person plus tax. For characters, you can add a body for $5. An optional frame is available for $14.95. And over on Main Street is the silhouette stand. The same guidelines apply here, with only one guest allowed to sit at a time, and all guests encouraged again to print or show a photo. The cost for a silhouette is just $10 plus tax, making for a precious, cost-effective souvenir from your trip. It includes a silhouette and a free copy. And as well, an optional oval frame is priced at $9.95 plus tax. I highly recommend that. Beautiful parasol stand is back in Liberty Square. A plexiglass divider is here as well. And signage encouraging guests to use contactless payments. Custom waterproof parasols range in price from large at $18.95 or mini for $12.95 with both sizes, including your name, hearts, and flowers. You also have the option of adding artwork to your parasol for $5 per large picture plus tax. These are all great, unique, and relatively affordable souvenirs, and we're happy to see them back. The future of customized merchandise has arrived, as made kiosks have been installed at the Tomorrowland Light and Power Company in the Magic Kingdom. These replace the D-Tech On-Demand kiosk, which is being phased out at merchandise locations across Walt Disney World. But while the replacement is happening in places where the merchandise is produced, like at this shop, in stores where it could be ordered remotely but picked up in a different location, those kiosks have been removed entirely. Reporters noticed the missing kiosks at places including the Dark Room at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Obviously, Star Wars Launch Bay, the shop isn't open there. And Frontierland Trading Post in the Magic Kingdom. Customized magic bands, phone cases, and magnets can still be ordered through Made, but currently the options are limited compared to what was there before, although it's possible they've just not been loaded into the system as of yet. Like a grand and miraculous waterfall, it seems Spaceship Earth is still having problems at Epcot, with constant leaking affecting the entrance of the attraction. The leaking issue has been ongoing since 2018 and persists to this day, with water dropping on the guests as they enter the attraction's queue. The water is actively running down the panels of the geodesic sphere, trickling down in front of where the wait time sign is located. The ground at the entrance is wet from the constant dripping, with guests often underneath as they pass through or wait to enter the socially distanced queue. Originally written off as a minor leak, this issue persists days after it rains due to seriously damaged drainage system throughout the structure. And while the delay of Spaceship Earth's refurbishment and reimagining came as a major relief to many Epcot fans and diehards, the attraction is still clearly in need of repair in places, something that likely won't be addressed until the reimagining project begins. Earlier in the week, 2 new water bottle prizes for completing the Remy's Hide and Squeak scavenger hunt debuted. The bottles feature Remy and Mickey Mouse, and recently we're delighted to see the addition of 2 more. The new prizes feature Figment painting with a rainbow. I don't know if that tastes good. Also, Minnie Mouse. We may need to play an additional round or 2 of the scavenger hunt so we can add these to our collection, or you can just buy 4 maps and ask them for 4 bottles. That's what I do. I've done once you've done it once, you can't really do it again. Anyway, sorry to be Debbie Downer. The Minnie Mouse water bottle featured a rosy pink background with Chef Minnie Mouse whipping up some sweet treats. Icons of breads, fruits, and other ingredients can be found wrapping around the bottle. However, we all know the real star of the show is Figment. The bottle is an aqua blue in color, and the image of Chef Figment is cooking. He's cooking in front of Spaceship Earth. You can purchase a hide and squeak map in most gift shop locations for $7.99. If you want to collect multiple prizes, you need to buy multiple maps. With most shows still closed throughout Walt Disney World, it seems the closest we'll be getting to the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular at Disney's Hollywood Studios is it's being used for a waiting area for those using mobile order at the nearby Backlot Express. You enter the waiting area through the exit of the show, and to aid in social distancing, some rows are closed in the theater, with entire segments also blocked out to avoid guests filling up entire rows. Cast members are stationed at the base of the stairs to keep guests from jumping in and making any stunt shows of their own. Do note that while the area is designated for mobile order guests simply looking for a shaded place to sit are welcome as well. However, guests must keep their masks on at all time, as this is not an assigned relaxation station. Those are in Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars Launch Bay. It's been a while since we checked in on the construction site for the upcoming Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, but in a series of photos shared by our friend BioReconstruct on Twitter, we get an aerial look at the project. These first images clearly show the new berm that has been constructed, which will connect the main entrance of the hotel to Hollywood Studios. Looking closely at the main building to the hotel, we can see the rooms or cabins to the Star Cruiser are to the back of the building in the left of the image you're looking at now. It may look closed in and boxy, but each room will be equipped with a screen window projecting truly immersive views of space. At the front of the building, we can see the terminal where guests will board the Star Cruiser and be transported off into space. Tall trees are set to be planted behind this area to obscure the show building from view so as not to ruin the immersive nature of the experience. It's good to see that a lot of progress has been made since our last construction update. Over the past few months, we've been watching the progress of the future M&M's store at Disney Springs, and since our last update, you notice more work has been done on the facade. In a rather large change since the last visit, we noticed new framework has been installed. The last time we were here, it was a bare concrete storefront. Now beams and supports have been added, and with the extension of the building removed and the new framework in place, we can start to get a sense of how the exterior will look. Looking at the concept art you're seeing now, you'll get a better idea as well. With a proposed opening date of Thanksgiving 2020, appears the M&M store is well on its way to making that deadline. With the COVID-19 pandemic, many construction projects were put on hold. However, work still progresses on the Cove Hotel at the Swan and Dolphin Resort. Thanks again to BioReconstruct, we take a look at how everything has been moving forward since our last update in June. Multiple cranes are visible and hard at work putting everything together. The Cove will be within walking distance of the Atlantic Dance Hall and other entertainment at Disney's Boardwalk. An aerial view of the building shows us that construction has reached all the way to the top level, which is large and is going to be used for a restaurant. The Cove has some very interesting offset windows. When complete, Marriott, who operates the Swan and Dolphin, will have 2,600 rooms between the three hotels. The Cove will host 349 of them. It was formally announced in November of 2018 and is set to open next year. Room service fans rejoice. In-room dining has returned to Walt Disney World exclusively at Disney's Yacht Club Resort, which reopened today. The service began just on August 20th. We're not sure how, but apparently some people who were staying at the resort early got to do this. I don't know who was staying there, but only open to guests today. But if you're familiar with in-room dining, you'll notice that the menu looks slightly different with a new streamlined menu available at each resort featuring select resort specialties. In-room dining does come at a price as most items are slightly upcharged. There's also a $5 delivery charge plus applicable sales tax and an 18% service charge added to orders. However, given the current environment, many guests will want to dine in their own rooms as opposed to maybe at an indoor restaurant. In-room dining was surprisingly not available at any of the other resorts that opened up until now, but we're happy to see it back. Speaking of the Yacht Club, we mentioned it has reopened now, as has the Ale and Compass restaurant, one of my personal favorites. It's open every day for breakfast from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's also open for dinner. More on that later this week. For a full look at the health and safety measures in place, as well as a review of those beautiful dark chocolate waffles and those bacon blueberry pancakes, get on over to our website. While Disneyland Resort has no reopening date set, both Disneyland and California Adventure have recently installed plexiglass safety shields at every entry turnstile. In addition to the fresh plexiglass, window display coverings have been removed in many shops on Buena Vista Street. While some plexiglass have been installed on the entry gates of California Adventure, now every turnstile has the wraparound protective shield. This will help add additional protection for both cast members and guests in that space. The recent activity comes as Disney awaits the governor's approval to reopen. The continuing work to prepare the parks might lead one to believe that we are getting close to that approval. Government officials recently monitored operations at Downtown Disney and were said to have been pleased with what they saw. Although Buena Vista Street has been very quiet nowadays, we noticed again Los Feliz 5 and Dime is now completely uncovered, looks ready to go. Previously the windows had been hidden, and across the Esplanade, Disneyland also has that new plexiglass. You're looking at that now. And with more park safety preparations being installed and Downtown Disney continuing to run smoothly, we can only hope for a reopening soon. Some good news that could help with that is that Orange County in California has been moved off of the watch list for COVID-19 following a downward trend of cases in the county. A tweet from the city of Anaheim states being removed from the watch list means, quote, there's a sign of progress, but no change will be made right away. The county must remain off the list for 2 weeks. In that case, schools can resume in-person teaching starting September 8th. The guidelines set for business will not change, as state guidelines will need to be made, and patrons should continue to remain vigilant in helping stop the spread. What does this mean for the Disneyland Resort? Nothing yet, but I mean a downward trend is certainly good news for the possible reopening of any California theme parks. The newest friend of the beloved Duffy the Disney Bear, Olumele, has quickly made his way from Alani to Shanghai and Hong Kong, as well as Tokyo Disney Sea. But for the first time ever, starting September 1st, a fully costumed Olumele will debut at Shanghai Disneyland as part of the upcoming A Month with Duffy and Friends event from September 1st through the 30th. In a new advertisement, we see the fully costumed Olumele alongside other favorites like Gelatoni and Stella Lou. Unlike compatriots, he seems to have absolutely no clothing, not even a hat. We felt the need to mention this, I guess. Other details surrounding the upcoming event have yet to be revealed, including where he will be seen, but we know that Olumele will be a part of it. Looking for a great way to spend some time indoors and add a touch of Disney to your home? Well, then we recommend picking up the new Hollywood Tower Hotel Metal Earth Kit. Currently, this kit can be purchased from the Emporium at the Magic Kingdom, but we also saw it at Tower Gifts at Tower of Terror for $21.99. This 3D metal kit features the Spooky Hotel from Hollywood Studios. And as the packaging advertises, no glue or solder is needed for the pieces to build this model. Everything you need is right inside, although I'll tell you, they're a real pain to put together, and I didn't buy this because I know I'll never do it. But if you feel like you can do it, you should get one. Wear your favorite land on your wrist with a new limited release Adventureland Magic Band at Walt Disney World. The green Magic Band is covered in Adventureland icons, including Dole Whip, the magic carpets of Aladdin, and a skull with crossed swords from Pirates of the Caribbean. Of course, it wouldn't be Adventureland without the orange bird who's surrounded by flowers and a Jungle Cruise boat, pirate ship, and a magic lamp. We found this band at the Magic Kingdom for $29.99. We also spotted it at the exit of Pirates of the Caribbean. If you're ready to complete your Park Life Magic Band collection, 2 new Magic Bands featuring Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios can now be yours. These limited release Magic Bands join the Park Life collection, which has already been showing in the parks on both coasts. The Magic Band collection includes limited release bands for Magic Kingdom and Epcot, which we found already, as well as Walt Disney World. And we found the 2 new bands at the Discovery Trading Company at Animal Kingdom for $29.99 each. We also found them at the Dark Room at Hollywood Studios. Disney's Animal Kingdom band features a Carnotaurus on the bottom strap with the ride vehicle from Kilimanjaro Safaris and several African animals all at the base of Expedition Everest. The top strap features the Tree of Life and a flying bird, and Mickey Mouse holding a Walt Disney World pennant flag. For Hollywood Studios, the band is strangely on a Star Wars-themed package. I guess they are required by Lucasfilm to do this because there's some Star Wars stuff. The top strap features the Hollywood Tower Hotel and Mickey Mouse with his pennant flag, while an X-Wing and TIE Fighter fly overhead. The bottom strap features several other icons of the park: Slinky Dog Dash, the entrance of Alien Swirling Saucers in Toy Story Land, the guitar from Rock and Roller Coaster, and Maleficent the Dragon from Fantasmic. Bing Bong, the lovable imaginary friend from the 2015 Disney Pixar film Inside Out, can now be your friend too. The snazzy new patterned button-down shirt features the one and only friend who likes to play as he smiles and lifts his hat in a greeting. Bing Bong is right side up and upside down all over a field of pink. This new patterned button-down shirt joins a whole set of similar shirts that are all in my closet. Not this one though, because I don't like the Bing Bong art. I think it looks cheap. Sorry. It's bad art. But we found this fun shirt at the Discovery Trading Company at Animal Kingdom for $59.99. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go cry some candy because the Bing Bong shirt wasn't as cute as I wanted it to be. Get it? He cries candy.
Oh my God, that went right into my face. JPEG, I think it's going to be JPEG.
Yeah, that makes sense because then everybody on staff can be the Pokemon. I like. Yeah.
Yes.